it's Andre and it's time for another Friday flying update. I'm home from California. That's right, this time last week we were in the thick of Flite Fest West out in California having a really good time. It was a pleasure to work with everybody out there. I had a lot of fun, took a lot of notes. Actually, this is one of my tasks for this weekend is to digest all my notes and input from the volunteers and to forward them on to Flite Test so we can make some revisions for Ohio later in July. I had a really good time. No, I did not fly every day, so I did break my own personal rule, but I had to build an airplane while I was there, so I very quickly scratch-built not very quickly actually, I built an Aero over a span of 2 or 3 days, started on Friday, and I actually flew it on Sunday. I got 2 flights out of it before I handed it off to a young gentleman who's enjoying it. I, came out of the deal with some really big tires for the off-road truck. I did actually run the truck with him earlier this week when I got home, and we'll probably have to gear the ratio down on the truck so it's not trying to burn itself up running them. But they did make a difference. I may even try them on like my car or something, just for the fun of it. But back to Ohio, Flite Fest West out in California. What an experience. The 3-hour time zone pushed me. It's actually taken me a few days back here in Ottawa to recover. But it was just an experience. So I took off Tuesday morning bright and early from Ottawa, and by the time I got to bed Tuesday night after getting in and having a shower and just refreshing myself and having dinner with the team and everything, I'd been up for like 24 hours. So that was a little crazy, but Wednesday morning we got up and we worked hard. I met my first initial batch of volunteers and we went through the place and we did all the settings that we wanted to do. A lot of groundwork had already been done, and because we had an established facility, it wasn't as intensive to do the build-up as, say, an Ohio event is. That said, it was still a lot of work, and we took a lot of notes, and we dealt with everything we could. From there, the weekend went really well. I had enough volunteers to get me through. There were a lot of special key people who really came through to make the West Coast event possible as far as volunteers go. And that was nice. That was good to see. So I look forward to next year and building on that base, because that really worked out well. I did pick up a toy while I was out there. That's a little, what is that? A 90 GT. I'd hoped to get my hands on a FT Gremlin, but I saw this and thought, it's got FR Sky already in there. It's got a camera and FPV system. So I said, what the heck? So that is your standard little 90 millimeter. I still get a little FT Gremlin, but this will be my backyard monster 2S and everything. I'll put a link into it. You can get them almost anywhere. I happen to get this one from a loft, and I guess the advantage is I didn't have to wait for shipping. I still had to pay California taxes on it, so in the end it all equaled out the same because we did get a little bit of a discount. Flite Fest went on and on and on, and we worked really hard. Lots of hours, lots of walking. We wore our feet down just getting from point A to point B, and like I said, I took a ton of notes as far as what I'd like to see, what would change. I had the opportunity to help participate in a build session which was led by Josh Bixler. We made a lot of amendments to the second one, and we got a lot of ideas on how to tweak stuff into the future and everything. So it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see how we port all these notes over to Ohio, and if we can make some tweaks and everything. It might be really fun for a little bit of programming on the end of it of that. So I didn't really come back with a whole lot other stuff. I took the battery from the Aero, of course, so that helped, and got my wheels and a bunch of t-shirts for everybody that I know and a couple of friends. So Scott, there'll be some in the mail later on in the week. I just got to package those up, and a few other friends who helped me out. Yeah, it was just neat to see some of the West Coast people and everything. I bumped into Ruben, saw Jeff, 7 Demo 7, Nate was there, Matt was there, just a whole bunch of the West Coast guys that a lot of them never get to come out to the East event. So there you go. no flying this weekend. We're actually in the middle of a huge torrential downpour. A lot of eastern Ontario and into Quebec is currently flooding out. It's actually very, where I am, I'm situated in a good spot. So, knock on wood, we don't have any other issues, but some other people are not as fortunate right now. So we'll be keeping an eye on any of those situations and reacting, I guess, as required or if required. So other than that, it's the first Flying Friday update of November. Wishful thinking of May. Wow. I did miss last week. I do apologize. I do have footage of the aero flying, but I want to close out this video with some of the photos I took while I was out there in San Francisco in that area, and just have a huge thank you to everybody who attended Flite Fest West. Have a great weekend. See you later.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. of fire.